Well, it is the first day of classes at the Bowles School, and one of its sophomores spent his summer really making a difference, Keitha.
So we were both really impressed with this. He took his internship at the technology company and turned it into a lesson on giving back to the community.
All Your Side's Ken Amaro has the story for us.
Many will remember summer 2020 for the pandemic, but 15-year-old Christopher Kilpatrick will remember it for what he did.
I really like the feeling that I'm making a difference.
The rising sophomore intern at Urban Mining, a technology company. He knows computers are essential. He also knows there is a digital divide.
I almost kind of had an epiphany when I realized that not everyone can actually afford a computer.
Kilpatrick interned with Johnny McBurney's team at Urban Mining.
We get retired machines from businesses
To close the digital divide between the have and have-not, the teenager decided to take those retired machines and make them new.
kept him busy, but he was probably doing, I would say, Ken, about 4 to 5 machines a day.
In the end, Kilpatrick would completely build 20 desktop computers, including monitors and programs.
I installed various applications like email, browsers, that kind of thing, and I ensured that all of them were working.
Now those computers will be donated to the Big Brothers Big Sisters nonprofit.
He knew his stuff.
The Bowles Honor student says there were lessons learned, the lesson of giving and the lesson of good stewardship.
One great thing that I learned from it was kind of the importance of recycling.
His summer experience just may become the new expectation for interns.
I think we started something really good here.
The computers will be delivered sometime next week.
Learned a lot.
First Coast News, on your side.